Sounds like we are live. I want to welcome YouTube land up into Mark Rader Stadium up in the Crow's Nest with me tonight, Mr. Keaton Littrell, number 42, 2019 state champion. Welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Littrell.
Thank you. I haven't gotten my intro yet for you. Maybe next game I'll have to come up with one.
There we go. Well, we welcome you on a Thursday night. It's playoff time here at Mark Rader Stadium as the Canton-Galva Eagles play host to Doniphan West Mustangs, a team that the Eagles have never seen before. A little different route in the playoffs this year, as the Eagles did not win districts this year, so has a completely different lineup of teams to see. The Doniphan West Mustangs don't have a winning record, but were able to come out of their districts and come here. Here they have quite an athlete at quarterback, number 10, Trent Spiker. They said the young man really has some wheels and can do some amazing things.
Yeah, coming in at 6'3", at that quarterback position, Trent Spiker is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with on this really windy day. Expecting to see a lot of maybe quarterback run from Doniphan West, something that the Eagles are definitely going to have to be able to stop tonight.
The Eagles coming off of a win last Friday night over Lincoln, a game that was, with all due respect to Lincoln, and they had some athletes out there, but a game that was within hand from the first play. First play from scrimmage, Tyson Strouper fell down or got knocked down in the middle of the defense, got up and got wide open and ran, caught the ball, ran in for 6. Had to wait for the two offensive plays later in order to set the all-time state 8-man receiving yards record, a feat that was held for a long time by assistant coach O'Connor's brother out of Brewster.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So we're excited for Tyson for that. Again, that game kind of was a one-sided game. I never did see the final statistics, but the Eagles' defense just played remarkable. Offense played well as well, but the defense, until the second teamers got in there, didn't give up a first down. Frankly, I don't know that they gave up a positive yards. So really a great game as the Eagles came off of the loss 2 games prior to that to Little River. So tonight, as you said, it is windy. We can expect a lot of quarterback run by the Mustangs. Don't know that, as mentioned, Strouper, the state title holder, we saw him throwing the ball around in warm-ups. The ball was sailing. They were throwing it, and it was sailing on them. I don't know how that's going to work out tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We did see a couple good receptions before the game, but like you said, a lot of them seemed to be the ball was floating in the air, and that could be really dangerous. So, yeah, the passing game might not really come into play tonight. I'd expect a lot maybe from number 30, Ryder Nordstrom. He's been a powerful running back for the Eagles this year. It's going to be time for the line to step up again. Last week we saw that they did a really good job in making holes, so they're really going to need the big guys up front tonight, as with these wins, they're expecting a lot of run tonight.
Yeah, last night was the first time we saw that lineup, as Xavier Westbrook, the senior, the all-purpose athlete, has been playing guard the majority of the year. Case of Mastery went down in that Little River game. Actually didn't go down until after the Little River game, but got injured in that game, toughed it out. What a tough young man. Broke his foot, played with that broken bone. Saw him go down. He was the Eagles' number 2 receiver, really setting some great accolades this year, putting up some huge numbers, as Tyson Strouper's sees a lot of double teams. So Kasem was open and able to make the catch. Saw Xavier go out there. Saw Preston Minson come in at guard. Saw one of the best trap blocks that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So tonight I anticipate that same lineup. Also saw Isa Marston has seen some time, some PT at line early on in the year, as the Eagles have been plagued with injury all season long. But we've talked about it. The line has been suspect at times and been outstanding at times. Yeah. Hopefully tonight, if you're an Eagles fan, it's outstanding. Welcome those from Doniphan West that are joining us. We'll go ahead and get this out of the way. It is on YouTube. We apologize for last week's broadcast. Had some technical difficulties, not what Coach Kaufman is up to. He was up here Thursday last week making sure everything was working. Then technology is what technology is. Sometimes it just fails, and last week it failed us, and we apologize for that. Again, we want to welcome those of you from Doniphan West. We're going to get the disclaimer out of the way. Technology is awesome. It has a mute button. Everything since the day the radio was invented has a volume and a mute button. If you don't like what you're hearing from us, we are kind of homers. We will cheer for the Eagles. So if you don't like what you're hearing from us, we sure appreciate you being out there watching us. Go ahead and hit that mute button or turn us down. You're not going to offend us. We won't know. But join us. We're glad to be here tonight as we are about 8 minutes away from kickoff as the Eagles, your 2019 state champions, come walking out on the track here as we get ready for the opening lineup. Keaton, what was it like, buddy? It's been a lot more recent for you. What was it like right about here?
Man, right about here, it gets real. Each week, you don't know that you're going to have even another practice coming the next week. It's week by week, you lose and you're out. So they're going to be putting everything that they have out on the field tonight because there's no guarantee that they get another game next week. That's just how playoff football works. So we're going to be seeing a lot of energy, some great plays from both teams here as we are in playoff football now. And another game is not guaranteed. Another practice is not guaranteed. So both teams will be fighting to continue to play the sport that they love. So, yeah, playoffs definitely gets real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, as you kind of hear a little quiet come on, we're going to get the old intro music keyed up. The wind is going. It's howling out there as I walked up here. The intro, the warm-up music was kind of hard to hear. The wind is, they set up the 60-mile-an-hour gust. You mentioned number 30 in the intro. We saw Ryder Nordstrom with the CG podcast or sit down. Anyhow, he does the weather. He's the anchor man on that, does the weather for that. The Eagles running back. See him up there at the front of the pack. Of course, number 21, Tyson Strouper, the senior, the K-State commit. As we hear some highlights from the 2019 state championship, the championship that has not been officially documented because I don't know that the records hold anywhere out there, but saw the largest comeback, largest turnaround in a single game as you guys were down 36-0.
Yeah, down 36-0, came back and won that game 66-36, 66 unanswered points, something that had never been heard of before and possibly never done. Yeah, that was a crazy game, and I was really grateful to be a part of it. But, yeah, definitely one of the craziest things I've ever been a part of or witnessed. Watching these coaches come out onto the field, looked like they were all pulling a sled. That wind is just ripping tonight. You guys are going to hear us talk about it a lot, as that wind is definitely going to come into play tonight. And, yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing much passing.
It is howling out of the north, as I said. Gusts up to 60. It has died down a little bit from the peaks of the day. Hopefully will die down as the night goes on, as we have an early kickoff, as Doniphan West has a long road to get here and obviously a long road to get home. So we have an early kickoff tonight, so hopefully everybody is out there in YouTube land picked up on that and you've joined us. We are about 5 minutes away from kickoff as we see papers flying across the field. We can't even catch them. The ball boy can't even catch the papers. It's going to be a good one tonight. Got a great officiating crew out of Wichita here tonight. Came up and introduced themselves into the crow's nest, make sure that the clock keeper was on point. So obviously just a little different atmosphere as playoffs have. We're about 5 minutes away from playoffs beginning.
Yeah, as the Eagles are getting ready to break out of their intro here, we see the visiting team, Doniphan West, coming out. Some small roster tonight. Looks to be only about 13 guys, so we're going to have a lot of players playing both sides of the ball, so that might come into effect later in the game, as the Eagles do have a bit of a bigger lineup compared to Doniphan West.
Yeah, a few more numbers. Got a foreign exchange student on there. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. As in the background, you can hear the PA address from Mr. Tony Weedle. Introduced number 6, Garrett Maltby, a junior. Kid as a freshman came in and won the game for you guys against Madison. 12, the senior X. And your senior 21, Tyson Strouper. You're going to hear his name a lot. The double deuce, Wyatt Collins. TJ Kane, the tight end. Throw him the football. Young man that we saw on the very first play of the season separated his shoulder. And Ryder Nordstrom, a tough pound for pound, just a great athlete, got great center balance. Saw him make a guy miss. 66 getting the call tonight as a starter, Preston Minson. I don't know that the Eagles have trotted out the same 8 guys all season.
Yeah, it's something that's definitely been changing around all season. A lot of it due to injuries.
As you hear Mr. Tony Weedle introducing our veterans raising the flag, and we're going to turn it over to the CG Pep Band for our national anthem.
Our national anthem performed by the Canton-Galva Pep Band under the direction of Miss Megan McKenna.
Well, you can see it there on your screen on the YouTube, man. That is not a horizontal flag. That thing is not at 90 degrees. It's actually pointed up towards the sky a little bit. I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
No, I haven't. That flag looks like it is trying to leave that pole. I've never seen that before.
I want to say thank you to our veterans, Mr. Kern, Mr. Ewert, Desert Storm in Vietnam, I believe, vets out there as they walk back. Obviously, awesome men, and it almost appeared that they struggled to be able to even get that flag raised. No disrespect to them, I'm just talking about how hard that wind is blowing. It is doing it. As we see Maltby and Westbrook and Strouper take the center of the field, go out there for the coin flip. Who knows where the coin will land? Talk about some of the injuries to the Eagles. Started off, Alcala never did get to see the field this year. A guy that was saw a lot of time last year, would have been defensive back, wide receiver. Went out in practice with an injured foot. Saw the all-purpose man, Nick Evans, go down with a broken collarbone. Talk about him as being the 7th or the 6th man. If you were playing basketball, first man off the bench, could play all 16 positions on the field. Casey Mastery went down in that Little River game. He seems to be out for the season. We saw Maltby out a couple games. So the Eagles, we saw when we went to
Dolman was out a couple games.
Dolman was out, yeah. Number 76 is still out. They call him Big C. Connor. He was going to see some time at least on the defensive side of the ball. Kind of a scrapper type of a young man there. So the Eagles just started off before the season even got started with the injury bug, have not got it licked yet. Saw a season where even we had an injury to the Cannon guy, crazy enough. But for those of you out there wondering how he is, he's doing well home, going to be back better than ever. So saw a little scare last week, but all is well. As Justin, a 5th and 6th grade head football coach, It'll be at practice tomorrow night as the Little Eagles, go to Bushton for the championship weekend Saturday to take on the Clifton Clyde team for the 3rd place in the league. So the Little Eagles getting a little work done. I believe that game kicks at noon. Might be the longest coin flip in the history of 8-man football.
Looks like we got it figured out now. Not exactly sure what they're doing. They're reading the whole rule book or something.
The Eagles won the toss and have elected to defer. Doniphan West is going to receive. Eagles are going to kick off with the wind. Last week we saw Caden Marley with the foot action, number 34, the sophomore, put the majority of the kickoffs through the end zone or for touchback. Also, first time in maybe the history of Coach Hoppus's tenure, we saw the Eagles' first teamers get every 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that was a crazy sight to see. And like you said, number 34, Caden Marley, was really impressed me last week with his kicking ability. A little bit worried here if he even tries to kick the ball, it might end up in the school parking lot here. So I definitely expecting a touchback here with Caden's boot and this heavy wind.
Yeah, the kicking game doesn't really get talked about in 8-man football as the goalpost rarely used as far as that part of the kicking game. But kickoffs are huge. As the ball, if you get it in the end zone, it gets placed at the 15-yard line. For those of you, if there are any of you out there new to 8-man football, it's just an 80-yard field, 40 yards wide. But that's a lot of green grass for only 8 guys. Coach Paramore back in the day, speed kills, he always said, and he couldn't be more accurate. As the Eagles have the 200-meter state track champ on their team, and he adorns number 21 as we are set to go here. 12 minutes on the clock. Caden Marley is set to kick for the Eagles.
Number 10, Trent Spiker, is back to return for Doniphan West. Like we said earlier, he's going to be a really good athlete for that team.
Oh, and he's going to get a chance as a ball, but that is going to be a touchback as it does trickle into the end zone.
Kickoff does go through the end zone, and the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15.
It kind of looks like a physical specimen, does number 10.
Yeah, he really does.
Trent Spiker, as the Mustangs look to be honoring breast cancer awareness. Got some pink out there. I believe Cole Franken, number 22, is in the backfield alongside. Flanking him, Braden Simmons, number 3. The give is going to be to 22 right up the middle. Going to pick up probably 4. It's Tyson Strouper in on a tackle for the Eagles.
Mustangs brought down number 21, Tyson Strouper. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was a good pickup there by 22 Cole
Franken.
Cole Franken.
The senior, 5'10", 200 pounds.
This brings up 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Tight formation here. Belly play right to Franklin again. Lane McManus in on the stop right at as he gets the line to gain. Looks like 6.
Result of play 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, we saw last week Lincoln tried to do a lot of inside run, and it really didn't work. So Doniphan West seems to have that going for him early in this game, as with the first 2 runs for 5. I mean, you do that every play, and you're guaranteed.
First downs, baby.
Yeah. So we look to the Eagles here to maybe stop that.
The center, 51. Cooper Clark, the senior, 6'2", 275, has been moving Doman around.
They're just gonna keep on doing it. That's another 3 or 4 yards. By 22, Cole Franken.
25, TJ Kane. Bring up 2nd and 6.
Their center, if you're a fan of offensive line play, Doman is not a small human. In fact, I would call him a large human. And number 51 got a little shorter, and he has been able to get underneath Doman's pads and move him around as the Eagles nose guard. So Eagles go tight. Number 10 is going to call it himself. He is going to break free and going to have your first score of the game as number 10, Trent Spiker, is going to go 50 yards from the 30. As we see a ref, the wind has came into play as the ref's hat has flown off here. What a confidence boost here for the Mustangs, just kind of marching it right up the Eagles' defense, right up the middle there. And then the quarterback, number 10, Trent Spiker, is able to break outside. And the scouting report on him is accurate. If he gets free, you're not going to catch him.
Yeah, big guy and fast too. Like, he might not juke as well, but he definitely has the ability to run through people.
Two-point conversion is failed. Ryder Nordstrom stuffs number 3, Braden Simmons.
Yeah, that's a good stop to get, as we saw in the Little River game. The two-point conversions can really add up, and it's just really important to get those stopped. So that was a good play by the Eagles to come back and make that stop right there.
We'll see what kind of coaching adjustments they make. I wonder if they won't go to a 4-man front or just put it on the defense, say, hey, fellas, you're going to have to figure it out. As the Mustangs offensive line is having their way with the Eagles defensive line to start the game.
Yeah, 65 yards in 4 plays, I believe.
That's correct. That is correct. Well, we'll see the wind, how it takes effect. Tyson is lined up on the 10. I don't know that I would be there if I were Tyson Strouper. I don't know that Butker can kick it that far into this wind.
On the 20. There, he steps up.
No disrespect to the Mustangs kicker, as I'm shocked if he'll be able to kick it without somebody holding it. Yeah, number 44, who is not even on the roster that we are handed, doing the kicking duties for the Mustangs.
Number 44 set to kick for the Mustangs. Back deep for the Eagles, Tyson Strouper.
Expect a pooch kick here. If it hangs up in the wind, anything can happen. As it's going to go backwards. Please get out of bounds if you're an Eagles fan. The white hat threw his flag in there. Good luck where that baby's going to land. Better put a few extra BBs in the beanbag tonight. They're calling it at the 35, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. No, they're marching it
closer to the 39, maybe.
Kick out of bounds is the call against the Mustangs.
I think they're going to place
Eagles
it at the
are going to
35.
take 5 yards from where it went out of bounds. And the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 from midfield.
So the wind has taken its first casualty, so to speak, as the Mustangs were unable to get much with the kickoff. That ball was going backwards. Ryder Nordstrom flanks Garrett Maltby to his left. Tight formation here. Strouper on the left-hand side of the formation. Quarterback keep. Lead by Ryder Nordstrom. This thing's going to go to the house.
The keeper and he's free. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, we saw the 4-play drive by the Mustangs. How about the 1-play drive by the Canton-Galva Eagles? Maltby just takes a run around the left side and is practically untouched into the end zone.
Yeah, he was led there by Ryder Nordstrom. Ryder never blocked anybody either.
No.
So well-executed play by the line. A play that we really haven't seen much this year.
No, we really haven't.
A designed quarterback run with a lead there. Seen it on the 2-point conversion occasionally. We're going to see it again on this 2-point conversion as Garrett puts his foot in the ground and trots in.
10:02 left to go in the first. It's your Eagles 8 and the Mustangs 6.
Well, I thought I saw him suited up in number 2. Been talking about he was lost for the season with a broken foot. We talked about Kason Mastery going out as the cheerleaders struggle to throw T-shirts into the stands. It's not going to happen there. Yeah, the over-the-back toss. Sorry. Anyhow, let's talk about number 2, Kason Mastery. We were told that he was lost for the season.
He's out there.
And he was blocking on that play. I saw him suited up, didn't want to say anything. Thought maybe he just wanted to stay warm, but he was out there blocking. Doesn't even have a boot on or anything special on his foot. So we'll talk about him right now. Kudos to Dr. Brandon Trost, the CG Athletics man on the field from Integrated Health there in McPherson. Just an awesome individual is Dr. Trost. Great physician. He's a chiropractor by trade. As we see Caden Marley line up, and he is able to keep the ball on the tee. Got quite an angle to it.
Yeah. It's bobbling. I don't know if it's going to stay.
If it does, he put some stickum on him. And the line drive is going to get out of the back of the end zone as well. So,
yeah, and it's still rolling.
As Canton's finest picks up the ball. Go ahead and try and chuck that.
Mark.
Canton police chief there. Retrieves the football. He's got a couple of studs. His boys are in the junior high level, athletic young men. Be excited to see them on Friday nights. And on a Thursday night before Halloween, the give's going to be up the middle again. This is 22, Cole Franken. He is going to be stopped about 2 yards gain. You know, we talked last game, every defensive play, there was 8 blue jerseys at the ball.
Yes, there was.
There was a party at the football as Garrett Maltby is grimacing in pain out there.
Yeah, hopefully it's just, I'm not sure what he's grabbing or what, but he's staying in.
His right hand appears to be suspect. Ball's on the ground, picked up by the quarterback. It's going to be finished off by Tyson Strouper.
Yeah, number 3, Lane McManus was there. First contact slowed him down. 21, Strouper just came flying in and finished that play up. Great stop for the Eagles there as it brings up 3rd and long for the Mustangs.
McManus hit him at his hips and was trying to drive his feet. Trent Spiker showing his strength as he was going to shake free of that tackle, but Tyson Strouper was there to clean it up.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 11 for the Mustangs here.
Tight formation for the Mustangs, 22 and 3 in the backfield. Spiker under center. Looks like a blown play. It's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Again, there's 8 blue jerseys right there. Spiker looked a little lost.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were trying to do there. Almost looked like he was going out for a pitch, but then realized there wasn't a pitch man, just kind of can't run up the middle to the left, and I don't think they were blocking for that play, so just kind of a blown play there for the Mustangs. Not too sure what was going on there.
If you're Perry Smith, head coach for the Mustangs, what do you do here? You punt it, it is liable to go backwards.
Yeah, it's most likely.
It's 4th and 12 from your own 13, and they're lining up to go for it, and I don't blame them here.
No, I don't either, because that ball is definitely going backwards if you punt it.
Spiker's going to follow a lead block. He's going to be wrapped up at the original line to gain, so the Mustangs are going to turn it over on downs at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's 2 plays in a row there. We see 8 hats on the ball there. All blue jerseys around that one. There was no chance that Trent Spiker is going to be able to get around that, as all Eagles were in on that tackle.
First and 10 from the Mustangs, 16.
First and 10 here for the Eagles on the 16. Great field position. Interesting to see Maltby.
Hey, we're going trips or twins to the left as Xavier and Strouper line up wide left. Give is going to be to Nordstrom up the middle. He's going to pick up 4, maybe 5. Call it 5.
Yeah, we'll call that 5.
Number 25, Lackey of the Mustangs. Going to bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
I believe that was Michael Lackey, number 25, on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Lackey, one of the seniors on the team.
Quite a few seniors on this Mustangs team.
Yeah,
going
over half of them are.
Give up the middle again, and it is stuffed. 32 leading the charge. Kelby Windmeyer.
Nordstrom on the carry by number 32, Kelby Windmeyer.
believe they're going to give him the line of scrimmage, but not by much, as the Eagles went twins right on that formation. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles as we have an empty backfield. Nordstrom in the slot position. Strouper over here to the right. Looks to be one-on-one as they send him in motion. Ball is fumbled. Strouper with a comeback block. Oh, we could have a late hit out of bounds as the ref is taken out of bounds. As it is, play on.
Ball be on the scramble for the Eagles. Shoved out of bounds by number 5, Hunter Smith.
I don't know if that snap was errant. It didn't appear to me if it just floated back there into the wind or what we had going on.
I'm almost wondering if it's not Maltby's hand, like we said earlier. He seems to keep looking at his right hand. But yeah, it was a good snap. Hit him right in the hands. He just dropped it.
4th and 5 at the 6:38 mark. Ryder Nordstrom to the right. We got a stoppage of play here.
The Eagles were looking to pass.
Oh, we have a flag.
The Eagles were looking to pass on that play.
Well, the Eagles are known for big plays, so they're going to have a bigger opportunity as we have a false start against the Eagles.
Illegal procedures to call against the Eagles. Go back them up 5 yards. Be 4th and 9 for the Eagles.
Well, they were going to pass on 4th and 4.
I'd expect to pass on 4th and 9 then, as we see Strouper lined up on our side here.
Trent Spiker with the duties in defense against him as he gives him some cushion. Strouper is going to get the reception. He's going to run over a man to get the first down and a touchdown.
What a play. He had enough for the first down. I thought maybe that's all they're going to get, but then he kicked it in another gear and just kept on driving and brought that guy into the end zone with him for the Eagle touchdown. What a play.
Number 5, Hunter Smith, the free safety for the Mustangs, was in position to make the play, and Tyson Strouper was able to get a shoulder pad on his shoulder pads and run through him in for the Canton-Galva Eagles touchdown.
Yeah, Maltby was able to put the ball there really accurately with that wind, so I wouldn't say his hand's too big of a factor here.
We're going to go another quarterback keep, and he's going to be declined. We call him out of bounds there, so the 2-point conversion fails.
With 6:15 left to go in the first, it's your Eagles 14 and the Mustangs 6.
6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this first quarter.
Really, that 2-point conversion failed because of a mediocre stock block out here on the right side. You got to drive that guy into the end zone and not give him the opportunity to go make that play if you're an Eagles fan. And if you're a Mustangs fan, you say, hey, that was just a heck of a good play by our DB, in which it was. There is 6:15 to play in this opening quarter. The Eagles lead 14-6. The opening drive by the Mustangs looked special. The second drive looked special for the Eagles defense. We'll see if Marley can't go 3 for 3 for touchbacks, barring the ball falling as he kicks it. I'm not so sure that you and I couldn't make a touchback here tonight.
Yeah, maybe with my left foot either. His kicks, though, have been line drives. They don't seem to be getting caught up by the wind. He's just powering them over there. As they're not getting much height, they're just lasers.
I wonder if it has to do with the angle that he's putting that ball in the tee is more than what you see most of the time anymore. A lot of the kickers have it all but straight up and down, much like you're kicking a field goal. This ball at an angle.
About a 45.
Close to a 45. Have to think he's going to hit it in the middle, creating the line drive. As the ball on cue falls off the tee. Ryder Nordstrom set to do the holding duties. Spiker set to receive this kick that is going to go out of the back of the end zone as Spiker lets it go. And the ball boys are there to retrieve it.
Yeah, so far from Doniphan West on offense, we've just seen a lot of Cole Franken with inside run. We have seen number 10, Trent Spiker, run around the outside for their one score. So we'll see what they decide to do here, if they'll stick to that inside run game or if maybe they'll switch things up and try something new here.
Eagles stick with that three-man front with the middle linebacker Strouper up on the line of scrimmage. Going to have a belly play here. Maltby and McManus in on a tackle of 22. Cole Franken. Pickup of 5 or 6, though. Call it 6 as it's at the 21.
Yeah, he seemed to go through that first level of defense untouched until he was picked up there by the secondary.
You know, the inside run game against this front, where you take your middle linebacker and put him right there in that C gap. You got to, your nose guard's got to do what he just did right there. Plug it up and then go make a play. Franken has stopped, but they gave him 3. So it's third down and.
It's third down and 2 for the
Third and a long 2.
Long 2. But they got a player in center, Cooper Clark. So he is able to move the big man Doman.
Yeah,
it's going to wear Doman out, too. That's the other thing to keep in mind is that Eagles really don't have Nick Evans in there. Would have been the backup nose guard, spell him, the little guy. And frankly, he might be able to do more. As the give here is the 22, and he's going to be stopped after the line of gain.
On the carry, brought down by number 12, Xavier Westbrook.
Yeah, that's going to be a first down for the Mustangs right there.
We talk about, you know, the change up in the nose guard play as Nick Evans was one of the lightest on the roster, but one of the strongest, pound for pound, the strongest man on the roster. As we said, went out with that broken collarbone. He might be able to disrupt big number 51 if he were able to get in there and get low and, you know, kind of shoot the gap and just disrupt things as it is. That's not an option.
No.
Give up the middle again to 22 as he breaks that level again, and he's able to pick up 6. Garrett Maltby in on the tackle. Lane McManus hit him early. Cole Franken, tough running right up the middle. You know, Little River, this is where they had their success, as you said. As the Mustangs kind of seem to be taking their time, see if they can't get through this series, run some time off the clock, get the wind switched. Run around the right side. Turn back inside is Spiker. It's going to end up taking around the left side and ran out of bounds by Maltby, but another nice gain by quarterback number 10, Trent Spiker. As he was bottled up as he went to the right, able to reverse field, stay clean, and get outside.
Yeah, that was a good gain there for the Mustangs. As we've seen, both Franken and Stryker both prove that they can run the ball here. I'd look for him to do it right here again.
Belly play right there as the Eagles get a big push. But notice there's just 3 guys at that ball. As when they stopped them on that last series, there were 8 there.
Yeah, gain of a yard there for the Mustangs. Like you said, we had 3 Eagles on that play, where that last drive, we had 8.
Spikers seem to be coming back to the huddle just a touch gingerly. He might just be taking his time as well, as this game has been physical in the early going. The Eagles need to push up front. Credit to Mustang line as they're able to get in there. Spiker is tripped up. Tyson Strouper was able to get credited with the tackle. It really didn't get much body on him as the Eagles take a timeout here. Wonder if this is a wind timeout, a strategy timeout, or a wind for the players' lungs, as there's a big lean on the defensive front from the big fellas up front. The Mustangs, their O-line play is impressing me.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, looking over at their sideline, there's not maybe 4 guys on their sideline, so maybe just getting them a break, as most of the team, if not all of them, are playing both sides of the ball here in this very physical playoff football game.
I do believe, though, the Eagles are the ones that called timeout.
Yeah, they are.
Let's see here if they come out with a little different alignment up front. Strouper seems to be already maybe back behind the line of scrimmage just a little bit as this Eagles three-man front puts their linebackers right on the line of scrimmage. No, they're going to stay in it. It's going to be a keep by Spiker again. Picks up a nice game, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Doman was able to get in there on the play, but as Coach Hoppus is saying, we're going to stop you on 4th down and not give you the wind.
Yeah, I think he's wanting to throw the ball, trying to get as much of the wind as he can.
It doesn't matter if the Eagles can't muster a stop right here. And if I'm the Mustangs, I just stay hooked with this inside run, the big push from their big senior center, the 275-pounder, number 51, Cooper Clark. So we have a stoppage of play. We want to thank one of our game sponsors, one of the broadcast sponsors, Canton Service Center. Doing an outstanding job. You need your tires rotated, need a new set of tires, need an oil change. Whatever you need for your automobile, go see our friends at Canton Service Center just out on the south side of town. It's 4th and 4 for the Mustangs. Big stop here for the Eagles. Got a lead around the right side. It's going to be stretched out there by Xavier Westbrook. Able to get around him, but the Eagles did swarm to that football. TJ Kane's going to get credited with the tackle. It's going to be turned over on downs. The Eagles will take over on the 28.
And now maybe we'll see why Coach Hoppus took those timeouts, as I have a feeling that maybe he's wanting to throw the ball here.
I assume, even though number 10, Spiker for the Mustangs, they say he's got wheels and he's shown it already, I think you're going to see a stretchage of the field.
Yep.
Xavier Westbrook lined up to the left of Strouper. That's X in motion. Nordstrom to the left of Maltby in the backfield. Blitz here. As they do air the football out, and in shocking fashion, they are able to outthrow Tyson Strouper, as he did get separation after about 40 yards from number 10, Trent Spiker.
Yeah, he had a lot of separation there.
32 coming in off the edge. That's Kelby Windmeyer. Put the pressure on Maltby, unable really to set his feet and let that play develop. Just kind of had to wing it out there. Big cushion here given by Spiker.
They're just going to do a
little hitch. Hits the C button. Spins away. 13-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, when they're giving Strouper that big of a cushion, because, I mean, Strouper blew by him last play, so you'd expect to give him that cushion, but when there's that big cushion there, they can just throw the quick pass and get an easy 10 yards, as what we saw them do right there. So they're going to have to find that medium point in guarding Strouper.
Spiker assigned with the duties here as he's riding Strouper to the ground as he's able to tackle him, but it's going to be a 17-yard gain here.
Yeah. There again, just that big of a cushion on Strouper, they're just going to be able to get those yards quick and easy.
Ball's going to be placed at the 24-yard line as the Eagles look over. They go with the no huddle. They do that. He did that when you were playing for him. Everybody knows the play. Just look over. Two guys calling in plays. One's a dummy, one's real. Not the play callers being a dummy. One's a dummy call. As that throw is to X.
How about him hanging on to that one with that hit right when he caught it?
That's a pretty good pop. That was number 20, Creighton Johnson, with the pop there. Absolutely. Good hands shown by X, the senior. He always has a little bit of a hobble to his trot, to his run. Young man's fast. As we go with the tight formation, 2 receivers to the right. Lead run. Put a foot in the ground and get upfield.
Mulvey on the carry, touchdown.
Absolutely.
He saw the defenders chasing from the backside, decided to step in towards the backside and just beat him. Left side, there was no one there to catch him.
The left side of the offense, the right side of the defense got upfield and were chasing him. And really, he was a slow developing play. Blockers were out front. Kind of sensed that in a big lane. Put his right foot in the ground and got upfield as the Eagles take a 20-6 lead. And Coach Hoppus's 2 timeouts to preserve the wind as a 2-point conversion is forthcoming. The windage timeouts prove to be successful. Give to Nordstrom up the middle. He's hit. We're going to get a flag here in the area of hold.
Nordstrom on the carry. He does make it into the end zone, but there is a flag on the play.
So the Eagles are going to get to try this one again.
Holding is a call against the Eagles. Be a 10-yard penalty, and they will retry the 2-point chance.
We've got headsets on here, but I almost think that they called that holding on Strouper. Which would not be something that would be extremely common for your wide receiver to get a holding call to the right of the center, but I'm not so sure that I didn't hear that from the official.
Yeah, that was either 21 Strouper or 22 Collins.
Strouper in motion, empty backfield, fake to him.
It's 25, TJ Kane.
As he lofts it up to Mastery and Nordstrom were in the area.
Mulvey's pass to Mastery, ball's incomplete.
TJ Kane looked pretty open there for
He-
a second. Garrett thought about throwing to him, but then he was looking for the deep ball in the end zone.
Yeah. As Kaysen goes over to that ref, says, hey, I might have been held on that one, and it looked to me that could have been called. But just great to see him back on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, as the season's progressed, the Eagles have overall gotten healthier. As really the beginning of the season, and we had most of our injuries. Now we've had some guys get healthy. Some guys obviously are out for the season, but Eagles right now looking fairly healthy.
It's kind of interesting, you know, they started with X at the wide receiver, Minson in at the guard for him. So a little depth at line as this playoffs begin is huge. As the wind has not let up at all.
Lights in the north end zone.
Whoever has their headlights on in the north end zone, please turn them off.
Yeah.
Marley's kick is going to hit the ground and skip. Picked up by Spiker. He's going to have a tough run. It's going to be brought down by Nordstrom. Hit first by Strouper.
Return right down by number 21, Tyson Strouper.
Yeah, ball being placed about the 21
Mustangs.
yard line. No?
In the north
Yeah,
end
21
zone,
yard line.
your gray Lincoln Navigator. Thank you for turning your lights off.
Well, the Mustangs drove down the field and were stopped at about, the 26 last time. We'll see if they more heavy dose of inside run to 22. Cole Franken right on cue. Strouper hit him first, but a nice gain.
Brought down by Strouper and McManus for the Eagles. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs.
Call it a gain of 4.
Cole Franken's had a pretty good night tonight. We've called his name almost every single play. A lot of 3-yard, 4-yard gains. We haven't seen him break out for, anything more than 6 or 7 yards, but just seems to be consistent yard gainer for them.
Quarterback keep is going to be tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Strouper was able to trip him up. Ryder Nordstrom there to clean it up. As I almost looked from up here as if Spiker didn't try to spin away from Strouper and maybe get tripped up just a little bit. Not a lot of contact there, but good line play by the Eagles as the Eagles call timeout. Their third, oh no, excuse me, that's the end of the first quarter.
With your Eagles 20 and the Mustangs 6.
Well, again, we welcome all of you out there in YouTube land. Hopefully you picked up on the 6 o'clock kick. We welcome those from Doniphan West that are watching, all of you around the world that are watching here on YouTube. A huge shout out to Coach Kaufman and his IT crew, this multimedia class that he has to turn down students for. Just great things. Keaton, you did a little work in that class, participated in the CG sit-downs. Talk a little bit about this class and what it means to the kids, to the students here at Canton-Galva.
Yeah, so Mr. Kaufman's media class is one that everyone wants to be in. It's a really fun class. One of those ones where you get to do a lot of hands-on learning. They have a podcast, a CG sit down, which I got to be part of last year. We also have new this year a game show. I think it's called CG Showdown, where students made their own game show, and they put on they're the ones who set up all the equipment and stuff for these games. That way you guys can watch them. It's just a really great class where they learn a lot about all the digital skills and what it takes to make this broadcast and other shows like their podcast or their game show possible. Just a really fun class where we get to learn a lot.
If you're a fan of the Twitter, I know that there's no longer mean tweets on Twitter, but if you're a Twitter person, go follow them at Canton-Galva Broadcasting on the Twitter. As we're set to go with second quarter action. Gives to number 3 this time. Sheds a tackler and does not shed Strouper.
Stood up by number 21, Tyson Strouper.
Big tackle there. Big fourth down coming for both the Mustangs and the Eagles. The Mustangs now have the wind. We haven't seen them put a wide receiver out yet. We'll see what happens here as it's 4th and 4. Don't anticipate being down 14 with a relatively short yardage and an 8-man football, but with the wind could flip the field with a punt. They elect to go for it here, 4th and 4. Going to pass. He's got a man wide open. He's going to hit him. That's number 3. Going to be knocked out of bounds by Maltby, but not before. That is number 3 out of the backfield. Braden Simmons is able to pick up the first down.
Braden Simmons, he's the one who ran the ball last play, so maybe a new tool that they're going to use. So far, it had all been Spiker and Franken, but now we're seeing number 3, Braden Simmons, getting the ball a couple plays here in a row.
Yeah, number 22, Franken, with just tough yardage up the middle. Young man looks like he could squat a lot. He's got big, powerful trunks, big base to him.
I'd call him more of a fullback.
Right. On cue, the ball is given, and what a tough run. What a tough run. Franken is hit at the line of scrimmage by 2 guys and is able to squirt through and pick up 5.
Yeah, he's got a lot of power for sure.
Just keeps those young men, if you're out there watching and you want to play football, that is how you play football. You keep your legs churning, keep driving the knees, go through the whistle. This Mustangs offensive line showing you how to do it, as well as Franken running tough up the middle.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Spiker under center. Gives to Franken right up the middle. He is taken down by Maltby, but not until he picks up 7. If you're the Eagles, you do not want your free safety tackling an inside run play.
No. He's not really picking holes either. He's just getting the ball low on his shoulder and just running right through the line.
And what would be an astronomical loss to the Mustangs, 51, their center, who has just been dominating, trotted over to the sidelines. I don't know what that was about. Big number 78, been giving all the love to 51, but 78, Riley Schunerman, also a senior, also at 275 on the right guard, just punishing. Look at him drive his legs.
Breaking on the carry for the Mustangs, brought down by most of the defense of the Eagles. It'll be second down.
Short gain there. 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, if I'm Perry Smith, head coach of the Mustangs, it is heavy dose of run behind 51 and 75. As what it's pretty well been. Or 78, I believe, excuse me.
78.
Pass play here is complete. Makes a man miss.
Ball's out on the ground. Eagles.
Spiker's pass to Smith is complete. The ball's
I
on
believe
the
the
ground.
Eagles hopped on that one.
No. They're calling him down. That was number 5 on the reception. That was Hunter Smith.
I don't know about that. That ball was out. But I'm a ways away, so.
It's going to be 3rd down and 4. We're looking for that awesome IT to have instant replay for us next year. So we can slow it down, do a little John Madden action for you. Yellow highlighter. It's 3rd down for the Mustangs. So they went to the air twice now that they have the wind at their back. Hard count by Spiker. Going to keep it himself. Going to be stretched out by Xavier Westbrook. Going to run him out of bounds.
Out of bounds by number 12, Xavier Westbrook. It's 4th down.
I believe that's going to be a tackle for loss.
Yeah,
No, excuse me. He's got a 4-yard gain on the play. I'm on the wrong line. It looked like a nice run. As it's 4th and 1.
yeah, he's trying to make a break on the outside and just kept getting pushed more laterally. Eventually, Xavier Westbrook ran him out of bounds there. He didn't quite get enough for that 1st down. 4th and 1 for the Mustangs. I'd expect them to give it to Franken right up the middle.
I would expect a quarterback sneak. If I'm Coach Sperry, you take a step to your right, number 10.
Yep.
There you go. He went to the left, but quarterback sneak right up the middle. That big front line.
Spiker's carry results in a 1st down for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 from the Eagle 19.
This Doniphan West team not going to go away, not shying away from the 2019 state champs at all. Eagles are going to be in for a fight here tonight on a Thursday night. Spiker is going to give in the belly, play right to the left side. That's the swarm tackling that the Eagles we saw last Friday night here.
Breaking on the carry, stood up at the line by the Eagle defense. It'll be 2nd down.
It's going to be 2nd and 9. Going to give him a short yard there. Eagles just don't have a lot of size, to battle against this size of the Mustangs. Saw state powerlifting champ last year, graduated. Playing on Saturdays is Collins. The pitch here.
Bringing on the carry, knocked down by number 25.
TJ Kane with the tackle there.
Yeah, that pitch was to Franken. We've seen him just run up the middle. No, we haven't really seen him break to the outside like that. 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs now.
Pretty patient run by Franken. And we haven't scouted this team. We haven't been able to see him on film. My gut feeling is he probably doesn't have the breakout speed.
No.
But obviously he's got some very tough running. Going to gather up a lot of yards here tonight, just right up the middle. It's 3rd down and 6. He's going to keep with a nice fake there. As he's able to get by McManus on the end and get a 1st down, and Spiker
Garrett Maltby.
What a great ball fake, though. Hid that ball well.
Is on the first
Yeah.
down for the Mustangs.
I
First and goal.
think most of us were thinking that was a run to the right, and all of a sudden you saw Stryker break left with the football. Like you said, made McManus kind of miss, and then proceeded to kind of run over another Eagles defender before going down.
Yeah, that was Maltby that was eventually able to bring him down, but he was on the receiving end of that hit as the Eagles defensive end on the right side of the defense bit on a great ball fake by Spiker. It's first and goal for the Mustangs. Spiker on the carry up the middle, stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Breaking on the carry. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal.
There's 5:13 left to go in this opening half. The clock is ticking. Second and goal, excuse me, from the 4-yard line for the Mustangs. You like your odds if you're a Mustang fan with this big offensive line of the Doniphan West. Draw play up the middle is going to pick up 2. Going to be third and goal from the 2.
Brought down by Strouper and Nordstrom for the Eagles. It's third and goal.
You know, that action in the backfield almost looks like a broken play. I don't think it is. I think it's just misdirection.
Yeah, we've seen that action over and over again. I think, yeah, like you said, just kind of their way to maybe try to sell a counter or misdirection or something to maybe make our linebackers double think their decision on where to go.
Tight formation here by the Mustangs. Spiker under center. Big 51's going to lead the charge. I don't think he's going to get there as the Eagles are able to push him back. It's going to be fourth and goal from the 1.
By the Eagle defense. It's fourth down.
Spiker's got confidence in that left guard. He's went to his left-hand side both times that he's ran that quarterback sneak.
That ball is practically
Spiker thought he had a touchdown. He's
Well,
kind of arguing with the ref there as he thought he had a touchdown.
I don't know if that ball could be placed any closer to the goal line, as they have maybe 2 inches to gain here.
Well, Doman, this one's on you, nose guard. I think everybody in the moon knows we got a quarterback sneak coming. Big fellas up front. Who's going to win the match here?
He's going right side.
He's going to fall forward.
Yep.
The big fellas for the Mustangs.
On the carry, touchdown Mustangs.
With the 2-point conversion coming, it's 20-12. The Mustangs with the opportunity. I mean, I say 2-point. They could kick it. All you got to do is get it up, and it would
It'd go there.
it'd get there. It'd have the distance. But in all likelihood, they are going to go for 2. Could shave it to 6 here.
Yeah, just a one-possession game right now.
And as you would expect with this wind, a lot of run, not much passing, so this has been a very fast opening first half. All right, he's going to throw the football. He's going to catch it. 2-point conversion is going to be good. That's number 20. That is Creighton Johnson with a reception from number 10.
The 2-point conversion is good. With 3:14 left to go in the second, it's your Eagles
So it's a 6-point ball game.
14.
Yeah, 3:14 left to go in this first half, 2014.
Well, a lot different than what we saw last Friday, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
I like
Seen
it.
A lot of good hard runs by Doniphan West.
And frankly, the Eagles don't have an answer for it.
No, they don't. As we've seen over and over and over, number 22, Cole Franken, just running right down the middle, gains of 4 yards, 5 yards. Just hard fullback runs.
And then the play action is going to work.
Yeah.
You know, or you're crashing to get that fullback and sneak the end out or sneak the other running back out there. And as the Eagles are having to swarm to that football to get the tough running number 22, Cole Franken, down. The play action worked 3 times there, once on the two-point conversion.
Spiker set to kick for
On
the
a fourth
Mustangs.
down, they were able to go
Eagles,
play
number
action
21, Tyson
and hit
Strouper.
the other running back out of the backfield. Expect a touchback here. You know, you could do a little pooch kick if you're the Mustangs. And if you're the front line of the Eagles, you better be watching that football. There's not a lot of reason probably to be blocking here. The ball caroms off the tee. We have an official over there speaking with the Doniphan West sideline. Not sure what that's about. Oh, they don't have enough guys on each side of the ball, and because of where they brought in the guy to hold the football, we're overloaded on the right side. That's not legal. Kudos to the officiating crew letting them fix that rather than getting a penalty, as this kick is going to go out of bounds. If you're a Doniphan West Mustang fan, with this win, that is not what you wanted to see.
Spiker's kick goes out of bounds. There's a flag on the play.
It's really all you got to do is get that thing up in the air in the middle of the field, and it's going to travel a long ways.
Yeah, as that flag is still at an upward angle, that wind is still ripping here at Margreter Stadium.
You saw Coach Hoppus walking over to go talk to Coach O'Connor there, and he's leaning to be able to walk to the north. We have a procedure call here as that kick goes out of bounds. Ball's going to be placed. That's essentially a 10-yard penalty. This ball goes to the 25 instead of the 15. Seems like it's been forever since the Eagles had the football.
Yeah, Doniphan West has been eating up the clock. I'd be interested to see what the time that they've had the ball is, but I think they've kept the ball for way longer than the Eagles have had it.
They are winning the time of possession category, no questions asked, as we go Tyson Strouper wide out. Xavier to his right. Oh, with a tough run, Ryder Nordstrom. He's going to pick up 11 as he runs over a fella.
Yeah, I could hear that hit from up here. That was some good contact there on that run, and then to keep driving his legs after that contact to just gain even more yards. That's a great run by number 30, Ryder Nordstrom. As we've seen him all season make runs like that, he's never scared to bring a guy with him on his run, as we see him.
Gives to him again. Hunter Smith's able to trip him up. Really didn't want any more of that contact. Hunter Smith, the free safety's taking a couple big shots. He dove at his ankles there and was able to get him tripped up. Good play by him.
Yeah, so we've seen Doniphan West run it behind their big boys. Canton-Galva just going to answer to him with the same thing. We've seen back-to-back runs right up the middle by Ryder Nordstrom.
Strouper wide right. Xavier Westbrook to his left. Maltby to take the shotgun snap and the give to Ryder Nordstrom. Going to go around the left side. It's going to be hit by number 51. Nordstrom able to keep his legs turning and get the line to gain.
What a run.
Takes 275 pounds with him for an extra 4 yards.
Yeah.
Put that on your highlight reel. That is an impressive run.
They've got 2 minutes now before the half. Eagles do get the ball back at the half, but they'd love to get a score here. As we see the no-huddle offense.
Xavier Westbrook wide left. Strouper in the slot position. The pull by Maltby. He's able to break free. He's down the right sideline. He's going to be ran out of bounds. That is Spiker there to run him out of bounds. But with the veer option, the correct read as the end went with Nordstrom, he's able to pull it out of his belly and get upfield.
Yeah.
It's going to be first and goal from about the 8 or 9. Looking through 2 window panes, am I?
First and goal from the 8.
Maltby, the lone man in the backfield. Strouper to the right. Nordstrom, as Strouper comes in motion, the give is to him. It's going to be ran out of bounds at the 7.
On the carry, steps out of bounds
2-yard gain.
Yeah, 25. Michael Lackey might have pushed him or at least forced him out of bounds there, as he was almost able to cut inside and maybe get the score there.
Ryder Nordstrom was blocking 2 people there on that play. It's 2nd and goal. 1:39 to play. That clock is stopped as Strouper was ran out of bounds. Again, Maltby in the backfield by himself in the shotgun formation. Strouper to his left, in motion. The fake to him. Maltby's going to call his own number. Run over a fella. He was tackled, but the second man there took a shot. I can't tell you who it was. I can't tell you who made the tackle. We can't see through these 2 window panes to our left.
We got an interesting angle right now.
It's 3rd and goal from the 4. Big stop there by the Mustangs. The initial tackler was able to wrap him up. The second guy coming in took a shot and went flying. But the initial tackler made it and wrapped up as Nordstrom gets the call, and he is tripped up in the backfield. It's 4th and goal. That is 32. Kelby Winmeyer tackles him in the backfield.
So this is a big play here for the Eagles. If they want to get that score in before half, they're going to have to do something here.
It is 4th. Hey, take your time. You don't have any timeouts, though. So interesting here, as the Eagles don't have a timeout. Traditionally here, you'd run it down with 40 seconds on the play clock. You'd run it down, call timeout, talk it over, but you can't do that. They're out of timeouts. As we're going to have a timeout. Doniphan West, frankly, I'm not so sure they didn't bail him out there.
Yeah.
As the play clock, we're down to 26 and the time to go. So the Eagles would have been running low in threat of a delay of game. But as it is 4th and goal from the 6th. Coach Hoppus able to go out there and talk to his crew, dial up a play. Have to wonder if they don't go to the air here.
Yeah, I could see maybe them throwing it to TJ Kane at that tight end position, something maybe that Doniphan West might not be expecting right now.
TJ Kane's proven he's got soft, great hands. Obviously all eyes are on Strouper anytime it's a passing situation. So we'll see from the crow's nest as the Eagles trot out there. Strouper is lining up.
TJ Kane is eligible right now.
Yeah, Strouper's lined up in a tight slot formation. As a pass is complete, and a touch.
Pass to Strouper is complete.
That's
Stop just short of the line to gain.
What do we? I thought the
ball. I thought the ball popped out. It looked like an incomplete pass to me.
Yeah, incomplete pass.
It was actually an incomplete pass.
Incomplete. Great defense. He was hit. The defender got there right when the ball got there.
TJ Kane was in a route there, and he was open in the midfield. But he elected to throw it to Strouper, and
yeah, well defended by the Mustangs. So they got one play. Basically, they just need to get the ball snapped. Don't take a chance.
one guy missed.
We got a flag here.
Flag in the area of holding.
What about 25? You talk about TJ Kane. TJ Kane was not going to let him get. Talk about the speed of Spiker. TJ Kane was running with him, in fact, gaining on him. As if I'm the Mustangs there, I don't know that I would have done that.
Yeah, as there is a holding call against Doniphan West on that play. Would have been a large gain for them.
Yeah, it would have been huge. Here in your own end zone, so now you got to snap the ball at your own 2, as this is going to be a half the distance to the goal. But after that play, maybe try it again. If I'm coaching, I'm saying let's just get the center quarterback exchange, take a knee, get into half, down 6, and be excited about it.
Killing your light just weather down here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. It's going to be first down
After the penalty, it's first
and 12 from the
for
2.
Mustangs.
12 seconds on the clock. Eagles lead 20-14. They do get the ball to start the second half.
Well, that's what I was assuming. No, but you go by the previous play. No, the previous play was a dead ball. So you're not going to wind it. Oh,
All right, he is winding the clock here. We have some discussion on that. So the Mustangs don't even have to take a snap here if they don't want to. They are going to. Why not give 22 a few more yards as he gets the original line of scrimmage?
And that's the end of the first half.
Well,
With the Mustangs 14.
the Eagles are in a fight here, and
20.
the records would indicate that that this might not have been what some were expecting. Again, we haven't watched any film on this Doniphan West Mustangs team. They look really good.
Yeah, they look really powerful, especially number 22, Cole Franken, with those inside runs, real powerful runner. He's not going to break out in any 30, 40-yard gains, but he's proven that he can consistently get 4-5 yards on his runs, and the linemen up front for Doniphan West have been proven that they can accomplish their assignments of blocking for him. And so that's really what we've seen a lot from this Doniphan West team is a lot of powerful inside run. As for the Eagles, we've kind of seen a mix of different things working for them. We've seen outside quarterback runs, runs by their running back, Ryder Nordstrom up the middle. We've seen some motion, a couple pass plays. So really everything seems to be working for the Eagles, but inside runs working just as good for Doniphan West as we have a one-possession ball game here, first round of playoffs.
Yeah, what a game. And frankly, the wind has just made this, has been the equalizer as the Eagles, in all likelihood, are faster at several positions. Obviously, you have your 200-meter state champion and K-State commit, Tyson Strouper. He's got speed. Lane McManus runs right with him. Garrett Maltby, TJ Kane. You just saw, we talk about Spiker's speed. We saw TJ Kane able to gain on him there on that long run that didn't count because of the hold. So, but the wind is the equalizer as speed no longer quite kills as much in this 8-man game as the wind has taken the passing game, virtually made it to where you can only pass the ball half the game if the wind is at your back. So the strength of this Doniphan West team, which is the line, is dominating. Quite frankly, they're dominating the line of scrimmage. They're able to get number 22, Franken, just enough wiggle room, and then he's able to drive those legs and power through and pick up 5, 6, 7 yards, stop him after 3. But it's going to be a dogfight. The Eagles get the ball to start this second half. Anticipate a lot of Franken up the middle.
Yeah.
I would guess that when the Mustangs have the win at the back, we're going to see a little bit more of that play action as Spiker has yet to throw an incomplete pass.
Right.
What a huge stop by the Mustangs as the Eagles have it first and goal and are unable to punch it in.
Yeah. That was a big play for Doniphan West. If Doniphan West coach, definitely happy to see that. Canton-Galva coach might be the opposite. That might be their fuel going into this halftime here. Like, guys, we needed that 4th down conversion and we didn't get it. So Eagles coming in this second half receiving the ball will definitely have a fire lit under them. I'd like to see maybe the Eagles when they have the wind. We saw in the first half they had that possession there where we had 3 or 4 passes in a row. First one was incomplete, but Strouper did have his man beat. So they started defending him with a bigger cushion. Well, that opened up the short pass, and we were able to gain, I think, 2 plays in a row, at least 12 yards to Strouper. So maybe I'd expect to see the passing game more for Canton-Galva with the wind in the second half, as we saw that's what you get with Strouper. You know, you have to guard him. You have to give him a cushion, but you can't give him too much of a cushion because then they're just gonna throw it right away. So Doniphan West is going to have to come up with a way to stop that.
Really a clean football game as we saw the one penalty here the holding call. We saw a holding call on a 2-point conversion. Then we had a false start. So just 3 flags, as I recall, in this first half of play. A very speedy half of play. Yeah. Not a lot, not very many drop passes when we're not airing the ball out. We've got 11 minutes left, actually 14. They'll put 3 back on there. So before we get the second half kicked away, as you hear the CG band in the background entertaining the crowd. Kind of a soft crowd here tonight as the weather is not very fun. It's pretty cool. The wind is howling. So hopefully you're at home watching this on YouTube and enjoying the broadcast. Again, a great big shout out to Coach Kaufman, Mr. Kaufman, and all of his crew. There's several other high schoolers up here making sure that this thing runs as smoothly as possible. Would be remiss if we didn't talk about Home Communications Incorporated, HCI out of Galva. Just a huge supporter of all things Canton-Galva athletics, all things Canton-Galva academics. If you're in one of their servicing towns with their internet, they got high-speed internet, cable, telephone services as well. That's kind of obsolete anymore, but if you're in a business, need a landline, they'll take care of you there. And if you're anywhere in the state of Kansas, they can bring to you your home security system. I'm talking about HCI out of Galva. Got great crew come in and install your if you want a camera on your doorbell, if you want a camera anywhere in your house, you want any type of security system. They've even got the option to put one on your freezer that will notify you, hey, your freezer's not working. So we all know the price of meats right now. So if you got a freezer full of meat and you're a little bit concerned about that, your freezer might go down. I had a buddy buy a brand new freezer and it didn't work. He lost a whole lot of meat because of that. All it would have taken was just adding that option on his home security system, and through HCI would have got a little notification, hey, you're at 36 degrees, it's no longer cool, and you better go do something about it. So they can put a little sensor on your floor in your basement and let you know your sump pump's not working. So more than just whether or not somebody's breaking into your house or not, the crew at HCI can bring you whatever special developed home security system for you, as well as internet. Again, we cannot thank HCI enough for all they do for Canton-Galva athletics. The Booster Club store, that's online, right? Yeah, so if you want to support the Booster Club and Canton-Galva athletics, you want to get some cool gear, get you a sweet hoodie right here on this link, I believe. Hey, by the way, go ahead and throw a like out there if you would. We would appreciate that. We might get a pay raise. At any rate, the Booster Club store, if you want to, Christmas is not very far around off. And so if you want stocking stuffers, get your significant other, get your kids something, get yourself something while you're at it, go support the Booster Club store. We would greatly appreciate that. We've got 8 minutes on the clock. They'll add 3, so we're 12 minutes away from the start of the second half. I'm with you. I anticipate a lot of number 22 up the middle. And hopefully Canton-Galva, Coach O'Connor and Coach Hoppus and crew can dial up an answer, as this wind, we've seen some Kansas winds, but
not like this.
Not like this.
I don't think it's slowed down at all. Looking at that flag, it's still looks just like it was at opening kickoff. So really not seeing much of a decrease in that wind.
The pylons have all blown over but one. All blown over but two. Excuse me, as my spotter up here has found the other one that is still upright. I anticipate it to be blown over by the start of the second half. We're starting to smell some hot dogs. Again, we want to thank a couple of our other sponsors. 56 Family Restaurant there in Galva, always taking care of us. Canton Lockers, Joe Allen uptown there. Go buy your steaks from Joe. Tony Weedle with the Ag 360 Insurance here in Canton. So all of this wouldn't be possible. You know, all this technology, they got new computers, cameras, all this stuff wouldn't be possible without the support of our awesome businesses and boosters here in town, in our community. So we thank them very much. Keaton, have you looked at the roster or at the bracket? Do we know who we might be playing next? If or which one of these teams who they might be playing next?
I believe, looking like it's going to be Clifton-Clyde. If Clifton-Clyde gets the win this week, which they are expected to, then the winner of this game would take on Clifton-Clyde, which years past has been a really solid team, and I think this year they've proven to still be a really good team. So yeah, Clifton-Clyde is most likely going to be the matchup next week.
Now that would be for either Canton-Galva or Doniphan West. The winner of this game likely takes on the winner of the Clyde game, Clifton-Clyde game, in which they are favored to win. Do you know, were they a 6 o'clock kickoff tonight or 7?
I have no idea.
We're going to go with the traditional, more 7 o'clock kickoff for them. Again, this kickoff was changed because of the travel time. And we appreciate the Doniphan West crew being here. We appreciate all of you back in the northeast part of the state watching this broadcast. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Even if you're not, hit a like on the old like button. You can like the quality of the camera. You don't have to like the quality of the broadcast commentators, but you can like the quality of the video being brought to you. As we are under 5 minutes here. Yet to go. Halloween just around the corner. You got your hey, let's talk about this at halftime. Other area things going on. We're 2 weeks away from the Halloween Hangover Demo Derby right here on the north edge of Canton.
Yes, we are.
What does that entail?
So November 6th at 3 o'clock, we're going to have a demo derby here in Canton. For those of you who don't know what that is going to be cars that have been built to wreck each other. So it's really fun. If you've never been out, come on out. I got a car. I'll be running. So, yeah, I think we're getting Travis. Is that Travis coming up here?
Yeah, we're going to welcome Travis Regier into the broadcast booth here as he's stepping in. So we'll welcome Travis Regier as we got to try to navigate through here as we got a radio broadcast going on in the broadcast booth to our sister side over here. We're going to try and get Travis Regier in here and on the microphone. Travis Regier, talk to us about the Halloween Hangover coming up here in 2 weeks here.
1 week.
1 week. Next weekend, Halloween Hangover Demo Derby. Talk to us about it.
So I guess next Saturday, the 6th, excuse me, is the third annual Halloween Hangover Demolition Derby out here at the Tom Miller Arena, McPherson County Fairgrounds. Going to be starting at 3 o'clock. We've had in the past cars from all over the state of Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and expect the same turnout again this year.
Kind of a cleanup derby, so to speak. Guys rebuild their cars throughout the summer, get to come crash them one more time. Travis Regier in here again in the broadcast on the YouTube. Appreciate him stepping. Didn't know he was going to do this, so apologize for throwing him under the bus and bringing him up here, but want to give him the opportunity to promote it. Fun for all family, fun for all ages. If you've never been to a demo derby, you're missing out. Talk to us. What's the prize money going to be up for stakes?
We're not quite for sure yet. Definitely, it'll be definitely a good turnout, good show. Hopefully we get a little bit better weather than we have tonight and better than what they have forecasted now. But
hey, trust me, the forecasters don't know anything more than about 3 days, so that we don't have to worry about that. It's going to be sunny and beautiful. Plan on coming next Saturday afternoon. Going to get kicked off 3 o'clock. It'll be a small gate admission, of course, but it'll be worth the price of admission. Going to tear up some cars, different classes.
Yep, we're running 4 different classes, so we'll have kind of your knock the windows out, strip it out, run the car.
So is that the little bitty like the front wheel drive type cars?
Yep. So we'll have full size and compact cars. We'll also have a team show with limited weld cars, compact cars, and then the grand finale would be the super stock, which is more of your welded up
Those are the red deck cars. Those are the boys that spend a lot of time in the shop, a lot of money in the shop. We don't talk about that. The wives don't need to know how much money they spend on the cars, but their biggest thrill, other than winning, is trying to sneak something by the judges, the officials inspecting the cars beforehand to see if they can't sneak a little extra bit of metal in there that you guys can't see, and they spend nights upon nights upon nights that I've been in some of those guys' shops. It's incredible what they do, and then they're able to come put on a show for the crowd. Just a lot of fun, good time. Again, 3 o'clock.
Correct, 3 o'clock.
Tom Miller Arena right here on the north edge of Canton. So anything as far as the proceeds of the Demo Derby go back into the fairgrounds, help run the fairgrounds, so come support it. Be a great show for everybody. We have our very own Keaton Littrell, I believe, is going to have the number 42 car back in this year. What class will he be running in, Travis?
He would be the full-size stock class, kind of like I say, the more knock the windows out, not necessarily spend months and months. I know Keaton's worked on it throughout the last month and a half or so, but just kind of the more not so involved, I guess you could say, class.
Kind of what demo driving used to be way back when it started. Go get your car out of the hedgerow. Go get the grocery getter that's no longer a grocery getter. You've done replaced it for the family, so go tear this one up, kind of a deal. Again, a great show. We've seen some cars flip. We've seen cars on top of each other.
A couple on fire.
Well, we don't always want to talk about that, but we have seen a couple on fire every once in a while, as we have an alumnus of the old demo driving days up here. Number 30 rider Nordstrom's father used to drive one occasionally. You used to drive one.
Yep.
You ever going to get back out? Going to crack back out?
I got a little bit of the itch. Having 3 kids kind of eats up quite a bit of my time. I'm busy coaching football, coaching basketball, watching baseball. But yeah, definitely. And now my oldest he's 9, and then my middle one, he's 6 now, and they both got quite a little bit of interest in wanting to mess around the shop, and so one of these days.
Yeah, definitely some great father-son time right there to maybe they can help you build one and get the itch, and then you can start helping them build them as well. Well, we are 148. We want to thank Travis Regier, the chairman of the Halloween Hangover Demo Derby next weekend right here, Canton, America. 3 o'clock is when they're going to get the motors cranked up. I want to thank Travis for stepping into the broadcast booth with us. Wish you luck with your event. Should be a great time. Hopefully, spread the word. Get on the Twitter, get on the Facebook, get on the Instagram. I don't care how you do it. Send a smoke signal. Call your friends. Make it a party. Coolers are welcome if they're small enough. So come have a great time. Saturday afternoon, Saturday. It'll go into the evening. It'll be a great time. Dress warm just in case. Come out and see us next Saturday, Tom Miller Arena. The Halloween Hangover. Travis, thanks for stepping into the booth.
Thank you, guys. Go Eagles.
There it is. We're 1 minute away from kickoff as both teams have made it back onto the field. We appreciate Travis stepping in here. Again, that was kind of an impromptu deal. We appreciate him stepping in. Great job, by the way, Trav, stepping in here, giving you a little bit of what's to come. Be a great show. Always a great show. The crew here, there's several of them that are involved in there. It's not just Travis. He's not a one-man show, but they do a great job with that. Keaton, you're got to be excited to run that car, the number 42.
Oh yeah, it's such an adrenaline rush. There's nothing like it. It's just insane. I don't know. A lot of fun, a lot of adrenaline. You get to wreck cars, which is always something that you try not to do until you're in that arena, and then that's what you want to do. And it's just so much fun running, messing up the cars that you spent several hours building and getting them fixed up. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch too. So, like we've said, everyone come on out, support the event. It's a really fun event.
This coming from a guy who was flying airplanes yesterday. So, yeah, keep you crashing on the we're inside the fence of the arena, buddy.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well, the Eagles are going to set to kick off the Mustangs are going to be kicking into this stiff breeze. The last time they did that, the ball floated up in the air and actually went backwards. Is that the only kickoff we've seen into the wind?
Yeah, I think that I don't remember.
I think that's the only kickoff that we've seen into the wind, which a game that we've seen 5 touchdowns scored, only one of them kicked into the wind. That's kind of a interesting little feat here as we have a pooch punt. And this thing's got a pooch kick, and it's going to go backwards and out of bounds. That is a dangerous situation for the kickoff receiving team. If he puts that into play, that is going to be a hard ball to field.
Yeah, I didn't, looking at that ball, I didn't really expect it to be out of bounds. I was kind of almost expecting an onside there. Luckily for the Eagles, it was out of bounds. But like you said, that's dangerous if you're the receiving team there with that ball just kind of floating out. No one running under to get to it.
No, you got to get a fair catch called.
Yeah.
If you're receiving that, get a fair catch call, and frankly, kind of hope that the kicking team runs into you, because that ball is going to be very difficult to judge and to catch. You saw Nordstrom turn around actually and had his back to the kicker to receive it. Nordstrom in the backfield. He's going to get the carry here. No, excuse me, that's Tyson Strouper. He's going to go around the right side. He's got grass.
Oh.
He gives him the dead leg for the touchdown.
Play by Tyson Strouper there. We haven't seen him in the running back position all night. Really haven't seen him there much at all this season. But to open up the second half, Strouper there with the powerful, fast run. Made number 10, I believe. That was Trent Spiker. Kind of juked him out there at the end. And
he didn't juke him out. He gave him 3 dead legs in a row, and Spiker was unable to make the tackle.
Yeah, that was a great run by Strouper there. Something that we don't get to see very often.
The give now is to Nordstrom. Apologize on the last call. Nordstrom's conversion is no good. Holy biscuits, what a run.
It's your Eagles 26 and the Mustangs 14.
Well, that's the way you open up the second half.
Yeah.
Eagles with the wind, expecting them maybe to throw the ball. How about no? Let's just give it to the guy that's faster than anybody else on the field and let him outrun them.
That's a pretty good plan. I don't know how you stop that.
I was watching some highlights of the Pat McAfee show, and they were showing some tape of a high school football game, and I forget the kicker. Anyhow, he kicked it out of the end zone ever. It didn't, like, he could almost came close kicking out of the end zone into this wind, and the opposing coach was mic'd up, and he said, "You could make my job very easy if I was the kicking coach for that guy." Kid that it went on to kick for Oklahoma. Should be better at my story here if I knew names, but at any rate, yes, it would be easy to coach Tyson Strouper, just to get the ball to him and let him outrun people. Great play there. Great play call. Well, we'll see if Marley can't kick this one out of the back of the end zone. Again, just his second night of the kicking duties for the Eagles, a sophomore. He got that one into the air, and it is going to sail over the head. Lands just inside the end zone, inside the back of the end zone, and got there in a hurry.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 15 for Doniphan West here. Like we said, first half was inside run, maybe quarterback keep it around the outside, but just been powerful inside run so far from the Mustangs, and it's worked. So we'll see if they stick to that or if they change things up here in the second half.
Big Dome in the nose guard for the Eagles. Needs to find a way to plug it up. Very difficult task against this big O-line. 22 kind of shimmied in the backfield. That's the first time we've seen him not just hit the hole.
Yeah, him and Spiker had a bit of a collision in the backfield in the exchange. Not really sure what happened, but definitely set him back. Eagles able to stop him at the line of scrimmage there. 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs now.
Again, we've seen that. We don't know. It almost looks like confusion a little bit in the backfield. I think it's more of a cross action and the design.
Yeah, we've seen it work.
Here we go with a pitch to the right. The Eagles would probably like to see more of that.
Yeah, they were all over that one.
That's where the speed of the Eagles are able to get there to that edge. As Cole Franken tried around the right side, and the Eagles, you know, from side to side, probably have the advantage. The Mustangs up the middle probably have the advantage. As it's 3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs. Going to call his own number, his number 10 Spiker, and he's going to be bottled up right there. In fact, going to be tackled for a loss. So again, now we have a 4th down and 10 into this extremely stiff breeze. If you punt it, I say it goes backwards.
Yeah, you have to go for it here. Or maybe, yeah. Try a pass here or something. I don't know. Passing into the wind's going to be difficult here, so.
Frankly, if you can get it deep and get them, even if you give up an interception, hope for a PI, give up an interception, it's going to be better than a punt if you get him tackled. I mean, it's 4th and 10. The Eagles defense has come out firing here. A little miscommunication possibly on 1st down. Kind of set them back behind the down and distance as they go under center. We're going to pass. He's got a man. He tips it. He had a man. He had a man one-on-one here. Number 5, the senior Hunter Smith was one-on-one over here on the left side. Threw into almost triple coverage there and still about completed it. So that's the first incomplete pass that we've seen.
Eagles are going to take over with great field position here, right at Doniphan West's own 15-yard line.
We'll see what Coach Hoppus has dialed up here. As Strouper appears to be lining up in the backfield. It's Maltby in the shotgun. Nordstrom to his right. Strouper behind him. The give is on the ball's on the ground and turned over. Johnny on the spot is number 32. Number 32,
That's
Kelby.
Kelby Windmeyer, sorry.
So just like that, as Maltby rips something off of his hand. Maybe it was just his mouthpiece that he threw in a little bit of disgust. Frustrated. Strouper looks over the sideline and says, hey, we're still in this, baby. Get fired up. Tries to pump the crowd up. Kind of a light crowd. Hopefully you guys are watching on YouTube. If not, you're missing out on a great game. Give is up the middle, plugged up.
Breaking on the carry, wrapped up by number 22, Wyatt Collins.
Wyatt Collins in there on the initial tackle. He's jacked up as well. He should be.
His 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs.
That's 4 runs in a row that the Eagles have been able to defend.
Yeah, I'd say they definitely changed something at halftime or got a fire sparked underneath them now because, yeah, that inside run that was working in the first half doesn't appear to be effective as of right now.
And you have to wonder about the big fellas going both ways for the Mustangs. Oh, keeper around the right side, turned inside, makes 3 guys miss. Nordstrom cleans it up, but a gain of 5. Big hit there by Ryder Nordstrom.
Nordstrom for the Eagles. It's 3rd down.
You talk about the short lineup as far as numbers go to speak for the Mustangs, not able to rotate guys in. 275-pound linemen. They've got 2 of them. They've looked outstanding on the offensive side, but they got to work the defensive side as well. Not coming off the field. It's a cool night, kind of helping them in that aspect, but I have to wonder if maybe coming out of the half.
Yeah, coming in late in this game, that's really going to become a factor.
It's 3rd and 4. Give to number 3. He's going to be brought down by number 3. That's Lane McManus on the tackle.
Lane McManus.
Gain of maybe 1 on the play. Number 3, Braden Simmons, run around the outside. Like I said, gain of 1. 4th down and 4 to go for the Doniphan West Mustangs, and they need this as...
See some emotion here by the Eagles here. Really don't see a lot of that out of this team. Leader Tyson Strouper trying to jack the crowd up. You see his dad down here in the stands. He's on his feet, as several others are as well. It's 4th and 4 for the Eagles. for the Mustangs, the Eagles defense here. Going to pass the ball. That ball is going to be incomplete. That was TJ Kane, number 25, putting the pressure on number 10. It's turned over on downs. Big stop by the defense after a change of possession there to put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, two really nice stops in a row for this Eagles defense. They seem to have things figured out right now. Just really running on all cylinders as this Eagles defense so far in the second half is looking almost flawless. Casey
Mastery was out there playing defense. Young man that we didn't expect, or us as far as the common folk, didn't expect to see him the rest of the season, was out there. So kudos to him, the medical staff, and his toughness. Nordstrom goes in motion, leaves Maltby in the backfield by himself. 2 wide outs to the left. He's got Ryder Nordstrom wide open.
There wasn't anyone near him.
No, they had one defender. The free safety was over there on the left side of the defense. He had to take on 2. He took that middle man, which was the tight end, which is what he's supposed to do.
Which left Nordstrom wide open.
But it left number 30, Ryder Nordstrom, wide open. Hey, how about the great pass by Garrett Maltby? Let's talk about that. Talk about Tyson Strouper setting the all-time 8-man receiving record. That's not possible without 2 awesome quarterbacks dealing the ball to him. Lead block here. That is going to get in. Still on his feet. Lead block there by Tyson Strouper. So the Eagles take a 20-point lead here with 6:57 to go. Looked like a little bit of a different team coming out here in this second half. So we'll talk about the quarterbacks that throwing the ball to Strouper. Landon Everett, through the majority of your career, threw the ball around the field. We saw him go down in that state playoff championship run. We saw him go down with a separated shoulder. Still played through it, but at the halftime they pulled him, and freshman Garrett Maltby came in, threw the ball, got some awesome experience there, threw the ball around, got you guys through that game. Just 2 outstanding quarterbacks for the Eagles the last 4 years, and has allowed Tyson to run under the football, catch it, and put up more yards than anybody else in 8-man football history.
Yeah. A lot of credit to the quarterbacks there. But
and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that the O-line has to give them time to throw the ball.
Oh, yeah, true. Always got to give credit to the O-line. As Marley sets back for another kickoff with the wind behind his back.
It's if he would get under one, it could go through the uprights from here. He does not get under that one, but it is able. He keeps it in the field of play for a touchback. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15.
First and 10 from their own 15.
So we appreciate all of you out there in YouTube land tuning in. We hopefully that you stayed tuned for the halftime broadcast as we stayed right here with you. Got to talk about the Halloween Hangover Demo Derby that's going to go on out here. Talk about our great sponsor in Home Communications, as well as Tony Weedle with Ag 360 Insurance right here in town. And our friend Joe Allen with Canton Lockers as we're set to go here. 1st and 10 from the 15 are the Mustangs. Little different formation here as they go wides right and left. Bailey. That gives the 3. Shifty here. Excuse me, that's 5.
Number 5, Hunter Smith. That's the first touch we've seen for him tonight, and he was proven that he is fast and shifty as he seemed to just be weaving down the field, just avoiding defenders.
And 2 hands on the ball the whole time. Don't know that he's carried the ball a great deal. A young man that's been playing free safety, so we saw wides right and left. We couldn't see his number. Number 3 has been in the backfield, Braden Simmons. But he was not, as 5 remains in the backfield now. It's the same formation here. Two wides. Going to be a quarterback keep. TJ
25,
Kane.
TJ Kane. Not getting around him on that one. He was all over that play as he stopped it at the line of scrimmage. As number 10, Trent Spiker is a little slow up, but he appears to be okay.
Yeah, Dolman was right there with him, too. Credit to the nose guard reading that. Went right with Spiker and TJ Kane with a great open field tackle against a shifty and strong quarterback there. Was able to hit him in the middle and wrap up. Great open field tackle. Tyson Strouper again asked the crowd to get behind this defense of the Eagles. Staying with this same formation, wide receivers right and left. Give is up the middle. Hey, tough run again. Well, number 5 just doesn't quite have the same power to run right up the middle. I mean, had an awesome run here. Picked up 25 yards around the outside.
Third down, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, once again on that play, it was stopped by TJ Kane and Braden Doman. So those two seem to have this run game figured out, as these past 2 plays they've not allowed them to gain any yards here. These past 2 plays, as it's 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs.
3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. Franken now appears that he is going to stay in the backfield. So again, a little bit different formation than what we've seen. And Franken is going to get it around the right side. He's going to pick up 2, maybe 3. But with this into this win, it's 4-down territory, whether you're at your 1 or at the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. It doesn't matter. You're not punting the football. As the Eagles defenders once again look over to the sidelines, kind of pumping their arms, trying to get this crowd to get behind them. It's 4th down and 8. Again with another different formation than what we've seen all night. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Franken in the slot. Number 5 goes in motion. The give is to him. He's got space. I don't know if he's out of bounds. It's going to be stopped short of the line of gain. So the Mustangs are going to turn it over on downs, but there is a flag on the field. We're going to have a hold against the Mustangs. They're already saying it's going to be declined. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Great defensive stop. One great play. Great play by number 5. That was Hunter Smith with the big run. But aside from that, the Eagles this half have come out defensively jacked.
Yeah, Hunter Smith has proven to be Doniphan West's quick guy. Both touches he's had has showed that he's got a lot of speed. Maybe look for them to try some more of that. Unfortunately, he didn't get enough for the line to gain there, but definitely showed his speed on that one.
Strouper in the backfield, fake is to him. Maltby going up the middle, still on his feet. Now he's going to be stopped here with a gain of 4, probably.
On the carry brought down by number 22, Franken for the Mustangs. It's 2nd down.
They're going to give him 4 on that carry.
2nd and 6
from
for the
Maltby.
Eagles.
Again, it's 34-14 with 3:34 to go, and the clock is running. The Eagles with the wind at their back. Maltby with the hitch and go on huge cushion. Tyson Strouper with a great defensive play there. They called the hitch and go, and number 10 didn't bite. That's Spiker in defense there, did not bite on the hitch. Stayed right with Strouper in great position to make an interception. Strouper able to get in there and knock the football away. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles. Clock has stopped, so the Eagles still potentially might have the opportunity to score here and maybe get the ball back with one more possession here with this wind at the back, as all but one of the touchdowns have came with the wind at your back in this game. Maltby scrambling, finds his man Strouper. No indication. Finally, here we have an indication that the ball did hit the ground.
Is ruled incomplete.
So the clock stops. 34-14 is the score.
4th and 6 for the Eagles.
Last time the Eagles were in 4th down, they did not get it. The Mustangs were able to hold. Interesting play call here, as the Eagles could potentially really flip the field, and they're going to call a timeout. Coach Hoppus, I don't know that really wanted to waste his timeout here, but needs to talk it over, get the right play call in. Could potentially punt here, as that flag is now ripping as much as it was to start the game, possibly more.
Yeah, that flagpole is shaking.
Well, as we have a stoppage of play, again, we want to thank our sponsors. If you don't have plans for this Saturday morning's breakfast, I would encourage you to go over to the family restaurant there, Highway 56 Family Restaurant in Galva. Get some biscuits and gravy. And if you don't mind, tell them thanks for sponsoring Canton-Galva broadcast. We would greatly appreciate it, as they're one of our great sponsors, along with Canton Service Center and Ag 360 Insurance, Tony Weedle, Canton Lockers, and all things technology, home communications, and all of their employees right there in Galva. All right, 4th and 6. Twin receivers to the right. Maltby's back to pass. He's going to call his own number. He's got nothing but green grass out in front of him. He's got the line to gain, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by the free safety, number 5.
Yeah, smart play by Maltby. Drop back to pass. No one's open. Sees open field, so decides to take it. Gets way more than what he needed there. Gets the first down and more. So great play there by the quarterback in making that decision.
Hey, a lot of time there by the O-line. Had a lot of time there to read the defense. Great blocking up front. Aside from the first pass that Maltby threw, he's had a relatively clean pocket. Fake here. He's got a man wide open.
Maltby's pass to Mastery is complete.
He's short of the touchdown, but he's right there at the goal line. Shout out to Cason Mastery fighting through that injury out there. That was not a great pass by Maltby.
No, Mastery kind of had it outran, had to come back and catch the ball, which then gave defenders more time to make the tackle. Had the ball been thrown a little more in front, we would have seen a touchdown there. But great play by Cason Mastery there.
Yeah, phenomenal play by Cason Mastery. Just, again, great to see him back on the field as the Eagles line up 1st and goal. Ryder Nordstrom to the left of Maltby. The give is going to be to Nordstrom, and he plows his way right through the middle of the defense. That's a 2:59 mark. It's 40-14 with a 2-point conversion pending. Well, it's a 6-point game at the half. And really, Papa Mo was on the side of the Mustangs as they held the Eagles on 1st and goal, and this 2-point conversion fails as the Eagles wasted all of their conversions last week. But again, Papa Mo was on the side of the Mustangs going into the halftime as the Mustangs held the Eagles on 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, and 4th and goal, and went into the half just trailing 6. And so far, it's been all Eagles in this second half, even turning the ball over with that fumble.
Yeah, the Eagles have looked phenomenal this second half. Really started cleaning up things they weren't doing so well in the first half of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Kudos to the Eagles coaching staff and to the players being receptive to what they said and come out here the second half, look a lot more sharper. They're going to get the opportunity to kick this ball off again with this stiff Kansas breeze at their back. Saw one of Marley's kicks get fielded. The rest of them have all went into the end zone. That spiker is deep for the Mustangs. And if you're a senior out here for the Mustangs as they trail 40-14, a lot of football left to play, but you have to wonder as Spiker fields this one and drops it. Oh, now he's got room to run. It's going to be ran out of bounds there. It's going to get to
maybe right to the 16 or 17-yard line.
All right, so he picks up 1 or 2. But the dangerous return man for the Mustangs. Yeah, so it's going to be 1st and 16 from 1st and 10 from the 16, excuse me, for the Mustangs. We'll see if they put number 5 in the backfield.
Looking like number 3.
3 and 22 back as they started tight formation. Quarterback keep around the right side. TJ Kane gets rid of his block and gets him out of bounds after a gain of probably 3.
Yeah, I'd say 3, maybe 4.
Looks like the officials are lining up on about this. Well, they're going to mark it at the 20.
2nd and 6 for the Mustangs.
Mustangs line up in that tight formation again. Belly play. And there's 8 blue jerseys at the football.
Brought down by Doman for the Eagles.
Braden Doman's credited to get there first, nose guard for the Eagles. But yeah, soon to follow is 7 others as they stop that play. Gain of 1, close to the line of scrimmage there. 3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs.
Tight formation again for the Mustangs. Franken and Simmons in the backfield to give. No, excuse me, he's going to keep it. Going to be stretched out here. Lane McManus got a flag on the field.
Spiker on the keeper, shoved out of bounds by number 3, Lane McManus.
Going to have a hold here.
Penalty flag on the play.
I would anticipate. So he picked up a couple yards, so it would be 4th and 3. I would anticipate Coach Hoppus is going to take 3rd and 15 over 4th and 3. We'll see. Hold against the Mustangs.
Be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and they'll replay 3rd down.
So Hoppus does elect to march off the 10 yards. The hold was actually in the backfield, making it worse. So the ball will be placed at the 9-yard line. Again, it's 4-down territory. So they got 2 plays to pick up 16 yards.
That's 8 yards of play.
Roberta Hamilton would be proud of you. The late, great math teacher from Canton-Galva. I think she taught here for 40 years. 3 generations she taught as the Eagles defense tries to get the crowd behind them. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 in motion. The fake is to him. Really nowhere to go on that play.
Number 30, Ryder Nordstrom there. Trent Spiker didn't really have anything to do there. He was looking to maybe break out to run, but there wasn't anywhere for him to go as number 30, Ryder Nordstrom, met him way in the backfield, going to bring 4th down and
17 or 18.
Long 17, yeah.
The Eagles got in the backfield there, kind of blew that up. First time that we've seen that. The Eagles, a little bit of a slow developing play as they sent the guy in motion, kind of a jet sweep type action. Tight formation here. Same formation they started the game off with. We're going to pass out of it. They are covered. That ball was out of bounds anyway. Floated up there. He got it there into this stiff breeze.
And the Mustang will turn it over on down. First down, Eagles.
Eagles take over here. Really good field position here.
Yeah, it's going to be
first and goal.
First and goal from the 8.
First and goal for the Eagles.
Great defensive stop by the Eagles.
Yeah, this second half has really been all Eagles, as the first half was very even-sided, but Eagles have proven themselves here in this second half, both on offense and defense.
Yeah, more so maybe on defense as we go with the quarterback draw, and he trots in. A lead draw play there from Maltby, and really kind of schemed the Mustangs there, as the Maltby Ryder Nordstrom really didn't have to do much blocking in the lead aspect of the lead draw. Not a play that we've seen very often. Play obviously worked quite well here as the Eagles go for the 2-point conversion, up 46-14 with 1:45 to play in the third quarter. Ryder Nordstrom to the right of Maltby. Tyson Strouper in motion. The fake to him. Maltby crosses the plane.
Is good with 1:45 left to go in the third. It's your Eagles 48 and the Mustangs 14.
We'll let PA addresser Tony Weedle call it, and he called it perfectly. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. It's Eagles 48. The Mustangs 14, and remind you, it was a 6-point ball game coming out of the half. The Eagles have put up 28 here in this third quarter and set the tone with their defense. Obviously, they got the ball first, hand the ball off to Strouper. Strouper runs it into the end zone for 6, and then come out and didn't allow a yard. And then the second possession that the Mustangs had in this quarter, number 5 gave them a little life. Had a great run. Picked up 25 yards in one carry there on a third down. Kind of surprised Keaton that they've went away from 5 in the backfield. That's Hunter Smith. We know what 22 Cole Franken has been able to do against this defense, and frankly just been able to run it right up the middle, pick up. I bet he's averaging 5 yards a carry. And now this second half he's been stopped, but the Mustangs are going to need to score and score quickly. They're going to have the wind at their back in 1:45, but I wonder if we're not going to see number 5 in the backfield here. Just try and maybe spring one and get a quick one, a long run or something like that, as it's just difficult to throw into this wind.
Yeah, that's really been the difference between this first and second half. First half, the inside run was just working so well for Doniphan West, gaining them yards, gaining them points, but most importantly, eating time off the clock. They haven't had that in the second half, as the Eagles' defense has been able to stop them, allowing the offense to get more possessions. As we see, I believe that's number
3.
3, Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons is able to pick up an errant kick by Marley. That was not an attempt at an onside. That was just a miss hit. Have to wonder, maybe the ball didn't kind of fall as he went to kick it. Again, this is only his second game kicking the ball. He's a sophomore for the Eagles, is Marley. Did a really nice job. We didn't have the win last Friday night. A beautiful Friday night for football, but did a great job kicking the ball off. In fact, without much wind, was able to put it into the end zone more often than not. Go with an empty backfield here. Shotgun formation. We're 5 in motion to give us to him. Ryder Nordstrom there to stop him. Able to get enough of him. As the ball is on the ground and the Eagles got it.
I didn't see the ball pop out. I just saw Eagles coming up, pointing that direction, and sure enough, that is a turnover. as unfortunately number 5, Hunter Smith, just couldn't hang on to it. Number 30, Ryder Nordstrom hung him up, and 21, Tyson Strouper came in fast and hard, and I believe knocked the ball out, causing the fumble. And I'm not sure, I didn't catch who jumped on it for the Eagles, but that's big for the Eagles here. The defense has just been proving themselves over and over in this second half, as now we get to see some more of the Eagle offense, which has also been really hot, as we see number 6.
Oh, 25 is wide. Oh, Strouper over the middle. Going to catch it.
Yeah, I saw what you saw, too.
Oh,
25.
man.
T.J. Kane didn't have a man near him on that left sideline.
They forgot about the tight end, and so did Maltby.
But we'll take 9 yards.
Yeah, 9 yards to Strouper, but 6 points to 25. The tight end, as there's a minute 2 on the clock. Clock is rolling. The Eagles lead 48-14. It's been all Eagles here in this second half. Wide receivers wide right and left. He's looking Mastery's way. Oh, he misses Nordstrom. Nordstrom out of the backfield was wide open. Had a little heat on that.
Yeah, that ball was thrown really hard. Ryder just couldn't quite hang on to it. Maybe thrown a little out in front of him.
47 seconds left to go in this third quarter. It's third down in inches at the 20. Nordstrom to the right of Maltby. Strouper on the right side of the formation and wide receiver. Maltby up the middle. It's going to have the line to gain. It's going to be across the 20 to the 20, or excuse me, to the 14-yard line. Nice play there. Pick up the first down. Clock, I believe, clock is running here with 39 seconds to go in this third. The Eagles who called timeouts in the first half to preserve the win. Not a lot of urgency here. 3 wide receivers to the right. T.J. Kane is wide open again. And he overthrew him. T.J. quit running on the route. Tight end on the left side. Got forgotten by the defense. And that's one that those fellows would like to have back.
Yeah, T.J. was wide open on that one. He kind of stopped his route, turned around, and stood up. I think Maltby was anticipating him to continue running towards that pylon, as we see the ball just too high for TJ to snag, and TJ's not a short dude. So yeah, I think Maltby was just anticipating him a little more. As we see the pass again, he's going to try for TJ Kane, but that is broken up by number 5, Hunter Smith. Good defense there.
So there's 8 seconds left to go with the wind at their back. It's third down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Well, now they mark it at the 16. The ball is right on the 15-yard line. Nordstrom to the right of Maltby. Strouper, wide receiver to the right. Garrett Maltby with a quarterback draw. Garrett Maltby is going to get into the end zone. And the Eagles will get to kick off with the wind one last time. As with 2 seconds to go in the third, it is 54-14. The Eagles lead by 40 with the chance to go up 42.
Yeah, when you compare the first half to the second half, it's 2 completely different ball games. Eagles definitely came out the second half with the energy, the physicality, and have shown to be the better team this second half here.
Maltby scrambling, chucks it. Here's a shock. 2-point conversion failed.
Incomplete, and the 2-point conversion fails. With 2 seconds left to go in the third, it's your Eagles 54.
It has been an Achilles heel. Coach Shelby Hoppins, I consider him a friend, a good friend, and I don't mean any discredit to him when I say this, and we've talked about it. So what do we do to score 2-point conversions? And last week we need to go back to doing whatever they were doing last week because it sure worked. And this week, credit to the Mustangs as they have held the Eagles out the majority of the night on their two-point conversions. And as you said, against the Little River, you know, the Eagles matched them touchdown for touchdown, but they did not match them 2 points for 2 points. The one loss on the record. Coach Hoppus, when I talked to him, he was kind of excited about the different route that they're going to have the opportunity to take. Obviously, they had to get past this one, and he sure wasn't looking past Doniphan West. He knew that they were going to be a tough opponent, as they proved to be, especially in that first half. A very physical football team, very strong football team. He knew, he told me, he said the offensive line, they've got some fellows up front, can push you around. But he was excited about the opportunity to play a few different teams. As we have a different kicker, freshman Wyatt Collins in to do the kicking duties. See if he can't boot one out of the back of the end zone. The left-footed kicker gets it high in the air. The ball's on the ground. Picked up. He's got room. Runs over a man. And does number 10, Trent Spiker.
Spiker on the return. Ran out of bounds by number 16, Jory Ratzliff.
Sophomore Jory Ratzliff gets credited with the tackle. I don't know that it was accurate in the call, but we're going to get it in the playbook or in the official stats book as Jory Ratzliff with the tackle.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Your Eagles 54 and the Mustangs 14.
As you hear Tony in the background, it's 54-14, all Eagles in the third, as the Eagles put up 34 points in that third quarter. Very impressive third quarter by the Eagles. And in 8-man football, as everybody likely knows out there on YouTube land, there is the 45-point rule. And if you're a Doniphan West senior, you know that you don't want to go out like that. And there's a lot of football left to play. Obviously, the Eagles put up 34 with the win. The Mustangs hung right with them with the win last in the first half. But it was all Eagles in that third quarter. We'll see what they can turn around. But for a lot of these guys, you know, as you said, it's playoff season. It's win or go home. And as a senior, it just means a little something different. As the Mustangs line up, tight formation. They're going to throw out of it. They got the wind. He's got a man. He's got a man. Oh. Tries the circus one-handed catch.
I'm not.
As McManus was in coverage and let a man get by him. Great looking ball thrown there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't reach out with both hands there. Just maybe wasn't on the spot. Yeah, he looked wide open and the ball looked good, but he just kind of reached up and hit it up with one hand. I'm not too sure what happened right there.
Was that Simmons out of the backfield? It would have been in that tight formation. Number 3, Simmons out of the backfield, was able to run by the Eagle defender and had a step and a great looking ball thrown with the wind. Finally at their back. I'm sure if you're the Mustangs play caller, you are excited about this. Playbook is a little bit more wide open. As they go tight formation, keep here all the way. McManus is going to stretch it out. Is able to force him out of bounds. As Spiker, excuse me. Pickup of 3 on the play. Sophomore Lane McManus is able to ride him out of bounds.
Bring a 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs.
Hard-fought game here by the Mustangs. A lot of seniors on this team for Doniphan West. A lot of experience. Big, strong offensive line. Empty backfield here for Spiker. Man in motion, fake to him, gonna throw it out to him. That's Smith with the catch, and he is hit hard by Strouper, knocked back, but they're gonna give him forward progress, about a 4-yard gain here. maybe 5-yard gain, but it'll bring up 4th down and 2.
Yeah. Another 4th down for Doniphan West.
More emotion shown here by this Eagles defense. More emotion than we've seen all season.
Yeah.
By this crew.
They are pumped up for playoffs, and it is 4th down, and they need to stop right here. Their defense is jacked.
Yeah, senior leader Tyson Strouper, pretty soft-spoken young man, very well-spoken young man, but showing some emotion out here on the defensive side as we have a timeout and stoppage of play.
Timeout, Mustangs.
And Doniphan West wants to talk it over. As the way the Eagles have been rolling, if they're not able to get this 1st down, it's not a given, but so far in the second half, the Mustangs have been unable to stop the Eagles. As we take in the cheerleaders out here leading the crowd, state championship cheerleading squad. Well, what do you call here? If you are Coach Perry Smith, head coach of the Doniphan West Mustangs, what do you call here, Keaton?
We've been seeing some pass. I'd almost give it to Cole Franken up the middle here.
You need 2 yards.
Yeah.
You've got a bigger line than they've got. As far as the Mustangs, bigger. They've been more physical up front. I'm with you. I hand it to 22. I run behind 51 and 78. Say, fellas, seniors, give me 2 yards here and let's go. They're lining up wide receivers left and right.
That is not what's going to happen.
That is not.
5, Hunter Smith in the backfield.
They're going to run the option. Pitch to Smith. Nordstrom in pursuit. He's going to knock him out short of the line to gain.
Shoved out of bounds by number 30, Ryder Nordstrom.
The Eagles defense says, no, sir.
They tried to stretch it out as far as they could. They just couldn't get there. Pushed out right in front of the line to gain. That was, again, number 5, Hunter Smith.
Ryder Nordstrom able to run down the line of scrimmage from his linebacker position. First time we'd seen that option look.
1st down and 10 for the Eagles here at the Doniphan West 35.
If they want to come over for a post game. Ask them for post game. Strouper up the middle.
Strouper on the carry for the Eagles. 10 yards on the play. Good for an Eagles.
Nice run there by Tyson Strouper. Again, if you're Doniphan West senior, it's a big stop here if you want to keep playing the game. If you're the Eagles, you want to punch this in. Go enjoy it Thursday as the Eagles don't have school tomorrow. Be able to sleep in. Fake here. We're going to air it out as Maltby directing traffic. 51 with the big hit.
Just off the hands of 25, TJ Kane.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
Incomplete.
Cooper Clark for the Mustangs, a man that we've talked about on the offensive side, their center, able to finally get some pressure on Maltby and really got a pretty good lick on him. So Maltby's a little shaken up. So that's a big man that just hit me.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be feeling that one tomorrow.
If you're Coach Hoppus, you kind of just want Maltby to run right there, get what you can get. If you're Coach Hoppus, you just kind of want Maltby to run right there and get what you can get.
And that he did.
As the Eagles are able to secure the win here at the 10:04 mark, it's 60-14. Doniphan West, congratulations on making it into the playoffs. You've got a great set of young men. They fought hard. What a great first half effort.
Yeah, Eagles really showed themselves in the second half. Maybe thank it to Doniphan West, just their lineup not having the guys that Canton-Galva has, as maybe they got a little tired there in the second half. As we have assistant coach Ted Regier coming up into the press box.
Yeah, we're going to have a little something. Stay tuned, all you Eagle fans. Assistant coach Ted Regier stepping into the press box, been up here helping on the defensive side. Ted, tell us what kind of adjustments were made at halftime as the Eagles went into the half with the 6-point lead. Really gave up Papa Mo as we're unable to punch that ball in. 1st and goal, 2nd goal, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. Kudos to this Mustangs. What a big offensive, defensive line that you guys faced tonight. So talk to us a little bit about what you said to them at half.
Yeah, we knew coming into this game that they were going to be big up front. Their backfield, especially their quarterback, were big players. They ran the ball hard. So we knew it was going to be a game in the trenches, just kind of like it was against Little River, and we struggled with that. Probably thinking that they saw what they did against Little River and utilized that in their game plan. So early on, we struggled with it. Our DNs were having a hard time closing down that B gap, and essentially that's where they were running it for 3 and 4 yards a pop. So we were in game. We tried to make an adjustment or relay it to our guys. It didn't get it across very well. Halftime, talked to our DNs. Really talked about squeezing down that B gap. Linebackers playing at 1 to 2 yards, and in the second half, you seen that it worked and kind of stifled their run game a little bit.
Well, kudos to the coaches, obviously, and awesome, and to the players for being receptive for what you had to say to them. Again, I can't say enough great things about that Doniphan West. Some players out there, 51 and 78. There's some horses now, and to be able to move them guys around. We didn't move them around on the offensive line, but able to give you guys some running room. Talk to us a little bit about what we might be able to expect. We assume Clifton Clyde's going to come away with the win. Going to have to travel there, something that the Eagles aren't necessarily used to doing the last couple of years in the playoffs.
Yeah, our road this playoffs is going to be different than it has been the last few years. Like you said, we're going to have to travel on the road a little bit, so that'll be a challenge for us. Anytime you leave your home field, you're kind of behind the 8 ball, but hopefully our kids will accept it and stay focused in. But yeah, we're thinking probably Clifton Clyde is who we're going to run into. Again, they got guys up front who are big. And then they've got a handful of playmakers in the backfield. They move guys around from quarterback to tailback to receiver, and they've got athletes all over. So I'm assuming they're going to go back and watch films against us and realize that our run game is a weak spot of ours. But hopefully we can make adjustments in game if need to, and our guys are up to the challenge to stop the run and then try to make them throw, do something that they're not used to doing, and hopefully it's a game that we can get into and make adjustments and come out on top.
Again, assistant coach, defensive coordinator Ted Regier, we're going to let you get down to your team. Appreciate you taking the time to step into the booth with us, and congratulations on the win tonight. Thanks again for stepping in here.
Yep, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
You bet. Again, assistant coach Ted Regier, appreciate him taking the time. I know he wants to go down there and talk to his team, stepped over here. Keaton Littrell, it's been fun. Appreciate you being up here in the broadcast booth with us. I guess we're done for the year, as we're not going to be able to come back home to the friendly confines of Margarita Stadium again this year. The rest of the Eagles games will be on the road as they travel the path to the state championship, we hope. Good luck to them. Nothing but great luck. Great. It's been awesome. It's been a pleasure to call all of these young men names. Been a great pleasure to call these games. I want to thank Coach Kaufman for inviting us up into the booth, and congratulate your crew on just a heck of a season and what they're doing and what this class is doing. So we appreciate you having us up here. Keaton, thanks so much for being up here.
Yeah, thank you. A lot of fun calling these games this year. Hope we get the call back next year. As Mr. Kaufman is shaking his head. So hopefully we see you guys next year calling these games. We'd like to thank all of our viewers for sticking in here with us. And we just wish the Eagles good luck for the rest of the playoffs. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, go Eagles.